morning, everyone. Today we are going to see about. We were discussing about the nature of strategic management. Then we discussed about the pros and cons of strategic management. Now we are going to see about the evolution of strategic management. So evolution always talks about the growth from a seed to the ultimately growing into a big tree. So how this concept of strategic management started its evolution, that what we are going to discuss. In ancient Roman militaries, they used to have a very tough period that even when they want to conquer a country, there was no other means to have a discussion or a meeting or a speech. It was always the art of war that could win that could help the king to conquer the other country, other nation, or the other neighboring countries. So this military concept origin from the Roman military strategy, and it was also called as Sun Tzu, the art of the war. So later on, these military strategies and concepts that were very inspired by many people, and they started using it into the organization and business practices. Later on, this came into an stage where it was introduced into finding a trade into the neighboring countries. Then it became overseas. Then they went into the finding out the routes, and logistics developed, and the competitive positioning in the market. As we could see that in India, the Britishers came, the French came, the Portuguese came, everybody came, and it was invaded by many of the foreign countries. So all these started from there. So all these strategies started from military concept. Then it is now currently being used in business and firms. So then it was the next level of the evolution is the industrial revolution and early management theories. So when the First World War and the Second World War happened, there were many struggles that were going on for food and starvation and other issues in the nation. Then when the industrial revolution boosted, then the concept of scientific management, which was tailored by Mr. Taylor, and the principles of efficiencies and other concepts that were very useful for that paved a supportive role for developing a strategic management concepts. Then came the failurism. Then came the concept like third stage of the for evolution was the emerging of modern strategic management. Slowly from the military, then it grown into the business and thing, then trade into the other nations, and the third stage when it came into the emergences of modern strategic management. So here we could see the Peter Drucker's concepts of management by objective. His contribution supported it. Then later on Chester Bart's ideas of organization, communication and cooperation that could develop an organization. Then we were talking about the competitive strategy, where Michael Porter's 5-force model and analysis of industrial structure and competitive advantage was supported by 5-force model of Michael. Then then the next stage of this evaluation was evolution in the information age. So here what we see is globalization and other trends that was playing a vital role in the business framing. So to sustain in the market and to develop your own business for a long period of time, we started up for moving into the modern trends, modern era concepts that we have to adapt, technological differences, the globalization and other expansions of the market also. Then strategic leadership, the concept was involved, where everybody is equal there, and it should be a win-win concept where a leader has to play a very good role of a visionary to drive the strategy and initiate the concepts of strategic management and run the business for a long span of time. Then evolution, the same was happened in the warfare of modern business, where contemporary trends in strategic management. To sustain in the market, you have to update with the environment and social concepts that were evolved. So previously, for example, we could see it was started with when we talk about the cigars and cigarettes and other things. It was the concept of burning out of tobaccos and other things. Later on, it was a stage where it was found that it was very harmful for the humans and even the person who is standing nearby. Previously it was more than 90%. Now it has been drastically come down. So all these concepts were in a particular this era where they started to talk about the environmental and social consideration that is to be considered in the strategic management to run a business. So companies, for example, in India, ITC, which was a tobacco manufacturing company, and now they have developed into building up of notebooks, pens and other things which are very eco-friendly and which is environmental, and the social consideration is also concerned. So the next stage of this contemporary trend strategy management is digital transformation and disruptive innovation. So data analytics and AI strategies of decision making, all these is playing a vital role in this particular stages. So challenges for future when we talk about this strategic management, it is very complexity and uncertain, because navigating ambiguity in the rapid changing world, you could not frame a pinpoint of a position and you cannot stand there for a long period of time. So if you want to sustain in the market and run your business for a long span of time, you have to adapt change. You have to go through with the trend that is being changing technologically, market wise and other evolutionary strategy. Ethical consideration, here also we talk about the balancing of profitability with social responsibility, where we share the profit with the concept like giving it to welfare organizations, education for poor children and other such social welfare and corporate governance too. So in this part we have discussed about the evolution of strategy, that call to action to adapt to the future challenges that we are facing in the trend. We have to adapt to the situation, have to run a business for a long span of time. And importance of continuous learning and adaptation in strategic management practice, where we talk about the importance of adapting change and running with it to sustain the market. Right? Thank you for giving me this opportunity.